Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Rui Hachimura has been standing out with good games since the arrival of Luka Doncic, but the Lakers need a last high-level center, and to get a player like that, they will have to open up some players. To convince the Utah Jazz to release Walker Kessler, they will need to put together a package with some players, and one of them will be Rui Hachimura. By signing Walker Kessler, the Lakers will be very strong and will leave their Western rivals in fear. Because with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Walker Kessler healthy, this team is capable of beating any other team, including their rival Boston Celtics, in a possible NBA Finals. Lakers insist on signing center Walker Kessler. The Los Angeles Lakers may be excited about their immediate future with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Still, they shouldn't disregard that they haven't found a game-changing replacement for Anthony Davis in the frontcourt. The Lake Show could beef up its flawed roster heading into the 2025-26 campaign by including Rui Hachimura in a potential summer deal for a Utah Jazz superstar center. On Friday, Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus listed Hachimura as a primary trade bait asset and Walker Kessler as a potential offseason target for the Lakers. After swapping Davis for Doncic on February 2, many speculated that Los Angeles would make another move before the February 6 trade deadline. The Lakers nearly landed a talented Charlotte Hornets center in Mark Williams to finish the trade season with a perfect grade. However, the deal, which would have sent Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2030 pick swap, and a 2031 unprotected first-round pick to the Hornets for Williams, was later nixed due to the Duke product's failed physical. If the Lakers want to fill the void Davis left when he was shipped to the Dallas Mavericks last month, they should contact Kessler once free agency begins. As an efficient 7'2" big man with clean footwork in the low post, reliable hands in pick-and-roll situations, and superb instincts on both ends, Kessler has undoubtedly proven his worth in the big leagues. The Auburn product averages 11.5 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game this season with the disappointing 15-53 Jazz, shooting 72.5% from the field. Although Kessler isn't as physically dominant and experienced as Davis, his beneficial two-way skill set would help anchor the Lakers' frontcourt. Los Angeles shouldn't hesitate to pursue the third-year pro this summer. Dorian Finney-Smith hints he will not take a pay cut to stay with the Lakers. Dorian Finney-Smith appears unlikely to give the Lakers a hometown discount. Dorian Finney-Smith is enjoying his time with the Los Angeles Lakers, but that doesn't necessarily mean he will take a pay cut to stay with them. Finney-Smith can become a free agent this offseason and had an interesting response when asked about his future during an interview with Hoops Hype. "You see what just happened with Luka Doncic? So, you've got to make sure you take care of yourself first," Finney-Smith said. "We need to finish the season strong. If we win, everybody eats, smiles." After what happened to Luka Doncic, you can't blame any player for thinking about what's best for them first and foremost. A team will discard you no matter what you've done for them if they feel that would make them better on the court or benefit them financially. So, every player needs to do what's best for them. More. In the case of Finney-Smith, he has a $15.4 million player option for 2025-26 and is expected to decline it to test free agency. This could well be the last big contract that the 31-year-old gets, and he'd want to make as much money as possible. In December 2024, we saw Alex Caruso get a 4-year, $81 million extension from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Finney-Smith would probably be looking for a similar deal, if not a better one. You'd think the Lakers would be willing to give Finney-Smith that kind of a contract too. They knew he was likely going to be a free agent in 2025 when they acquired him from the Brooklyn Nets for D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks. They wouldn't have traded for him if they weren't willing to pay him. Finney-Smith has certainly earned a big payday with his play for the Lakers too. While his averages of 7.0 points, 3.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.1 blocks per game aren't too impressive, he has had a big impact on the court. Finney Smith is the kind of 3-and-D wing that the Lakers had desperately needed for years, and his arrival has greatly improved the team defensively. He also brings a lot of energy when he is on the court and is exactly the kind of player you'd want next to Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. It will be interesting to see what kind of contract Finney Smith ends up getting this offseason. Finney Smith was reunited with two former teammates when the Lakers traded him. One was Doncic and the other was head coach J.J. Redick. During this interview, the veteran was also asked about what it has been like to play under Redick. "It's been good," Finney Smith said. "He was my teammate in Dallas for a bit. You could tell he had a great basketball mind. He was a little off. What I mean by a little off is he was super locked in. I feel like all the greats are a little bit off. They care a whole lot and are super passionate about it. He's one of those guys. It's been fun competing and playing alongside these amazing players." It was clear that Redick has a great basketball mind, but that alone isn't enough to succeed as a head coach. The fact that he had no prior experience before taking the job led to many considering it to be a massive risk, but it sure has paid off. The Los Angeles Lakers have the best third option in league with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves has consistently improved since joining the Lakers in 2021, emerging as a key contributor. His evolving role will be one to watch moving forward in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers can become the team we saw in March again once a key player returns from injury. Los Angeles Lakers fans have had plenty to say about four-year veteran guard Austin Reeves, and for good reason. Since arriving in Los Angeles, the undrafted guard has carved out a significant role under the bright lights of one of the NBA's most historic franchises. While sharing the court with two of the league's biggest stars, Luka Doncic and LeBron James, Reeves has gained the trust of the fan base while stepping up in crucial moments, especially as the Lakers battle injuries down the stretch of the regular season. Los Angeles is looking to regain the momentum it had in February when the team posted a 10-2 record before James suffered a groin strain. With him being sidelined, Reeves has emerged as a key contributor, finding his rhythm and putting up numbers when it's needed most. Austin Reeves has been able to put up some noticeable numbers in recent outings. Since returning from a calf strain that sidelined him for 2 games at the end of February, Reeves has steadily found his footing, posting impressive numbers. In the month of March, he averaged 23.4 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game while shooting efficiently from the field. Some of his performances this month include: on the Lakers' newest gem Jordan Goodwin and Knowing Your Role. Jordan Goodwin looks like another gem the Lakers have found to contribute on both ends of the floor. Facing a young, injury-riddled team can spell trouble, particularly on the second night of a back-to-back. But that was not the case for the Lakers against the San Antonio Spurs on Monday, as they only trailed briefly in the first quarter, led by as many as 28 points and picked up a second straight win. Only 3 players played more than 30 minutes. 2 were the usual suspects, of course, in Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. The third? Jordan Goodwin, the Lakers' two-way contract player, Jordan Goodwin, who is quickly gaining more and more trust from his team. Underscore 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 underscore. Goodwin earned his second straight start against San Antonio. After Sunday's game, head coach J.J. Redick praised him for his tone-setting and impact beyond the box score. "Never judge a player based solely on his box score," Redick said. "Jordan Goodwin was incredible tonight and he had 2 points and 4 fouls. He set the tone for us. Against the Spurs, go ahead and judge the box score." Goodwin tallied up 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals and a blocked shot as stuffed the stat sheet and finished a +9 for the game. His defensive impact was felt immediately. The Lakers run a variety of small ball units where players are asked to have interchangeable roles. In the play below, they have 4 guards and forward Jared Vanderbilt on the floor. Here, he flips between being the small ball 5 protecting the basket to switching out and getting the steal on Keldon Johnson. Listed at 6 feet 5 inches, he's sturdy and quick on his feet while leveraging his 6 feet 10 inches wingspan to torment players on the perimeter. He fuses it with non-stop activity and effort. The play above results in a Spurs basket, but notice the ground Goodwin covers. He begins by shutting off his switch on the perimeter, offers nail help while recovering back to his man and still makes it all the way down to contest Bismack Biyombo at the basket. This constant surge of energy is vital for the Lakers, especially in with the style of defense they hope to play. A necessary trait for a chaos-creating defender is to have good hands. Goodwin has great hands. The baseline while simultaneously getting the strip and saving it back in bounds. This directly resulted in a Reeves 3, pushing the lead to 17. These chaos-creating plays and effort lead not only live ball turnovers but extra chances for the team. Goodwin has a nose for the ball that translates to the boards. He's had an offensive rebound in all but one game with the Lakers. Watch as he sneaks in from the top of the key, uses a swim move, tactic to gain inside position, with 4 Spurs players in the paint to steal this and get the goaltend to score. Guard rebounding is essential in small units that Coach Redick wants to run. His defensive impact is why Goodwin is in the game. His offensive production is why he's quickly turning into another special Lakers gem. He, like every player, has to cross half-court into the offensive zone and find ways to be a threat. Playing with superstars should be easy. It not always is. His understanding and spatial awareness of defense carries over to the offensive end. Constant motion and energy translate into screening and finding cuts to open space. On the above action, watch as Goodwin throws the post entry into Doncic. He dives to occupy the defender, Castle, then sets a quick brush screen to open up Reeves for the 3. These little things aren't direct play calls, but reads made instinctually. Redick calls the 4-on-3 following a Doncic or Reeves action when they draw 2 guys on the ball the blender. Goodwin has a good feel for keeping the blender moving. He understands when it's his job to pass, shoot or attack the impending closeout to keep it going. Doncic, on the play below, draws 2 on the ball and kicks it to Goodwin in the corner. He follows up by attacking his closeout, keeping the blender going, and finds Shake Milton, who gets to his spot for a leaning finish. To pour an extra layer of gravy over the offense, Goodwin is hitting his threes when he's open. He's shooting 14 to 33, 42%, on his open to wide open threes as a Laker, according to NBA's tracking data. That includes a blistering 62% just from the corners. Guess what? He's going to be open. Without LeBron James, teams will continue to dare anyone not named Doncic and Reeves to beat them, especially from the outside. He's made teams pay early on for giving up butt-naked open shots. The departure of Max Christie sent out a starting shooting guard who perfectly slotted into the highly coveted 3-and-D role teams look for. Goodwin has made that loss hurt quite a bit less. While it's still early, and Goodwin still needs to be converted into a standard contract, but signs point to him being another gem the Lakers have found to fill a vital role on a playoff team. Inside how Lakers' reaction to J.J. Redick rant shows real difference from Darvin Ham. The differences between J.J. Redick and Darvin Ham are in the limelight for the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have had every reason to make excuses and allow a brutal March slate, combined with just a tough injury luck, to derail an otherwise stellar start to the Luka Doncic era. Based on a listless showing against the Brooklyn Nets, that's how things appeared to be going until J.J. Redick sat at the post-game podium and absolutely ripped his team for that poor effort. "I think it was just an overall mentality just to take shortcuts tonight," Redick said that night. "We just wanted to take shortcuts. They scored 20 points on us gambling. They had 16 offensive rebounds. We ball watched all night. We said no dare shots. I'll go through it, but they probably made 6, 7 uncontested threes. Just shortcuts. If you want to be a good team, you want to win in the NBA, you got to do the hard stuff. We couldn't even pass to each other. We couldn't enter our offense. Running ball screens at literally half court, yeah, that's going to end up in a turnover. I don't know what we're doing. Very low-level communication game for our team. I don't think being shorthanded is an excuse for how we played basketball tonight. Since then, despite being thoroughly outmatched because of injuries, the Lakers have pushed the Denver Nuggets to the brink of upset, then soundly beaten the Phoenix Suns and San Antonio Spurs. Only in Milwaukee were the Lakers outright blown out, but even there, Doncic and Austin Reeves did all they could to keep the game close-ish, combining for 73 points, 19 rebounds, and 18 assists. At no point in that game did it feel like the Lakers were going through the motions, having accepted their fate. Arguably the most notable factor in this season-long turnaround has been how refreshing players have found Redick's raised expectations and his approach to holding them and, crucially, himself accountable. One thing that used to drive guys crazy last year was how, after games, it was always how they just needed to play harder and stuff like that, a source close to the team said recently. Darvin never even considered publicly that he may have been part of the problem. JJ obviously has high demands, but he also holds himself to that kind of standard and calls himself out a bunch too. That means something.